to another video, and today our topic is going
to talk about present time. We are going to start with present simple that we use for habits or everyday activities, to talk about actions that we do or we don't regularly, routines. For example, I brush my feet every day. I always go to the library on Fridays. I usually visit my mom during weekends. Also, to talk about permanent situations or things that are usually or often true. I don't drink tea in the morning. She's very tall and lives in Canada. I have 2 brothers and I love them very much. Water boils at 100 degrees. I like cabbage soup when it rains. We often use the present simple with adverbs of frequency like always, sometimes, usually, never, and expressions of frequency once, every 3 months, twice a week, every other day, etc. Adverbs of frequency go in mid-position, usually, before the main verb or after.
Note, sometimes can be used also at the beginning of the sentence.
To be. Examples: she never eats hamburgers. He usually gets up very early. I'm never late. Expressions of frequency go at the end of the sentence. Lessons. My family and I go to the cinema once a week. I go shopping with my daughter twice a month. But if you never try, present progressive. The use of actions in progress talk about things that are happening now or at the moment. We are going to use the time expression these days, weeks, and months. For example, I can talk now. I'm brushing my feet. I finished a lot of things, and one of these days I'm reading the book. Temporary situations. We are going to use it to talk about temporary actions. For example, I'm going to work by train this week because my car is broken down. I'm living with my cousins until I find a flat for myself. Also, we are going to use it for situations that are changing or developing. The climate is changing very quickly. More and more people are trying to eat more healthy nowadays. Your English is improving. Future arrangements. We use the present continuous to talk or ask about future actions that are already planned or decided. For example, I'm meeting John this evening. Do you want to go? We're leaving tomorrow at 7. Now, static verbs. Non-action verbs cannot be used in present continuous. The most frequent verbs are the following: hear, see, smell, look, sing, sound. Verbs of opinion, believe, consider. Static verbs. Non-action verbs or static verbs cannot be used in present continuous. The most frequent verbs are the following: hear, see, smell, look, sing, sound. Verbs of opinion, believe, consider, like, love, hate, prefer, think, etc. Verbs of possession, have, own, belong, etc. Other common non-action verbs are agree, be, depend, need, mean, remember, realize, recognize, see, want, etc. Okay, let's observe the present simple grammar structure. We have the person, the verb, the complement, and the time expression. For example, the person, my sister. The verb, travels. Remember that in present simple we need to conjugate the third singular person, he, she, and it. Depending on the verb, we are going to add s or es. My sister travels to Japan for business, that is the complement to Japan for business. Then we have the time expression once a year. Now, don't forget that in present simple, for asking questions or saying the negative sentence, we need the auxiliaries. And they are do and does. Question: does my sister travel to Japan for business once a year? We have at the beginning the auxiliary, then the noun. We have the verb travel. In this case, as we have the auxiliary, the verb goes in base form. That means it's not conjugated anymore. The complement to Japan for business and the time expression once a year. Then we have my sister doesn't travel to Japan for business once a year. We have the my sister, which is the subject. We have the negative form, don't or doesn't. In this case, doesn't because it's she. The verb travel, the complement to Japan for business, and the time expression once a year. Now, here we have the short answers. Affirmative answer, yes, she does. Negative one, no, she doesn't. Here we have some examples of present simple for future events.
When you see me, when you touch me,
as you can see, the verbs are present simple, but the time expression is in the future. Present progressive grammar structure. Here we have, my sister is traveling to Japan for business in the evening. We have the subject, my sister. Then we have the auxiliary, the verb to be, which is am, is, or are. In this case, is because it's my sister, is she is. The verb goes in ing form or gerund form. The complement to Japan for business and the time expression in the evening. Here, for example, as we have the verb to be as an auxiliary, we are just going to switch places. The auxiliary is going to the beginning of the sentence, and that's why we have is my sister traveling to Japan for business in the evening. So we add writing first the verb to be, the auxiliary verb to be. Then we have the subject, my sister. Then the verb in ing form, traveling, the complement to Japan for business, and the time expression in the evening. Of course, we don't forget that we need to add the question mark because we add asked. Now, in the next one, my sister isn't traveling to Japan for business in the evening. We have the subject, my sister, the verb to be or the auxiliary to be in negative form, isn't, the verb in ing, the complement, and the time expression. I want you to observe here in the present, every time you listen to the word progressive, the verb is going to be in ing. And if the verb is in ing, it stays in ing in all the sentences. The one that changes is the auxiliary, the verb to be. It's going to switch for the interrogative form, and it's going to be conjugated in negative form for a negative sentence. Short answers, yes she is, no she isn't. And here we have some examples about present progressive with future arrangements. Thanks for your attention. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye. And don't forget, if you have questions, this is the first step.